Hello everybody and welcome, I am Brifblim, and today is going to wrap up the weeks, months of challenges that have been decided on all of you by Discord polls. Today we're going to see if we can beat the game Pokemon FireRed with a single Brifblim. Brifblim is an evolved form of Drifloon, and the main reason I'm using him for this particular run is, well, this particularly, we'll say cartridge of the game is a bit harder than your standard FireRed cartridge. So I tend to kind of go in a reverse order on these. Try to beat it with the evolve form, and then devolve if they can beat it to see if then the first form can. It's very confusing, but in my head it kind of makes sense. Also, due to a previous comment, I have upped the volume just a little bit on my voice, so hopefully you can hear me better. I don't know if it was too much of an issue before, but because I had to turn up the volume on my voice, you may start hearing a little bit more background noise than normal, because here in the wonderful land of the Midwest, it is currently 49 degrees, but windy, so it feels like 33 degrees. That's Fahrenheit, by the way, so it is quite chilly, and the furnace is now having to actually kick on. To take a look at Brifblim here, we have a massive HP stat and a pretty decent special attack, especially given the fact that, we're a balloon. The attack and speed also aren't too horrible, but the defensive stats is where the negatives actually begin. Given our HP stat, we'll probably be able to survive one hit, but for the most part, we're going to want to try to finish off the enemy's Pokemon in as many one-shots as humanly possible. We named the Brifblim Final, since this is, again, the last of the poll-related runs. What we'll end up doing, just as a little brief overview here while we name the rival Mariah, because, as we know, she is defrosting as we speak, and by the time Halloween night is here, we'll probably hear the first of her music. We're going to go back probably after the holidays and do every single poll that lost previously. This way those Pokemon can still get played. It also just gives me a very easy beginning of the year. But for the next couple months, we're probably going to be trying to stick to at least somewhat of a general theme, ice types, things like that. For this run, we're going to go ahead and give the rival Charmander, since again, I don't think it matters too much. We can learn Psychic and Electric moves just like most ghosts, so at the end of the day, doesn't matter what team we face. Between type coverage, TMs, and just our level of moveset in general, I think we should actually be able to take on most enemies that we come across. For our nature, we have a Calm nature, which raises our special defense at the cost of our physical attack, which is fine, because honestly our special's better anyway. We're most likely going to be using that more often than not. That, and with our moveset, we get to play the RNG Lottery with Ominous Wind, so it's possible that the lower stats won't even matter. Our ability is Unburden, which gives us a speed boost after our item is used or stolen, which, cool, not really going to be able to provide us much use, but that's okay. Maybe in later gens or a Nuzlocke I'd be able to use this, but in a solo run, not really that likely. Now, while we show off the lab rival battle, I'm going to go ahead and get the elephant out of the room, just in case you've never watched this channel before. This is called Pokemon FireRed 898, which is a full-on randomizer, though you can select the settings as you leave the bedroom, which you probably did see, so I made sure that the battles are the same, mostly. There are slightly updated movesets, and the AI will actually switch out their Pokemon a bit more frequently, and they also use items a lot more often than what the standard game does. It'll also use more healing potions, so there are parts of the game that make this a lot more difficult, which is again why I decided to use the evolved Drifblim. That the lab rival battle is out of the way, we'll go ahead, we'll knock out the beginning of the way and make our way to the optional rival fight. Given the fact that we are a fully evolved Pokemon, I think we're going to be fine, especially this early in the game. The rival sends out Pidgey and we open with Tackle, doing pretty good damage, and it can't affect us, so he sends out Charmander instead as we hit it for some damage. Like I said, you can see here where they switch a lot. It uses Growl since it can't hurt us either, and we take it down after a few shots. Then, the injured Pidgey is back out without too much of an issue. We're able to take it down to win the battle. Now we can go ahead and make our way through the forest, and given the fact that we have a flying type move, it's not too bad. Honestly, it's probably one of the easier times that we've had in the forest. As long as we're able to one-shot the team, we don't have to worry too much. Speaking of the forest, because I plan on posting this Thursday or Friday, I'm actually getting to play the forest with a few friends this coming Saturday. I haven't played the game. Let me take a quick look here. I haven't played the game in about 3 years, so I'm actually super excited. As you know, I do not do well with horror games, and I'm going to be popping back into Mortuary Assistant probably over the next couple weekends because the people that I play with are going to be busy next weekend, so that actually works out really well, and I'm on vacation, so maybe I'll play it twice, I don't know. I'm going to do a smash cut compilation of all the different jump scares because I hate myself. Anyway, we'll go ahead and we'll fight Brock and see how we do. Geodude is first up, and we're at level 14, and we are doing not the best damage, but passable, I guess. It can only use Defense Curl, which is more of a time waster than anything else, and thanks to a crit, we're able to take it down quicker than I would have thought. As Onix comes out, despite it having a horrible attack stat, it is doing a lot of damage, and we're just not doing much to it. A few turns later, even with the Minimize under our belt, we still go down pretty quickly. So what we do is we head back to the forest and grind out a few levels before we try again. Usually this early in the game, I do not want to try to use rare candies. I just want to get as much EXP as possible. If this were a live stream, that might be a bit different. At level 16, we set up some minimizes as it uses Gust, and then we can start attacking as he switches over to Onix. Thankfully, Onix misses the first 2 attacks as we take it into the yellow. When it does hit, it is still hitting us really hard, but we can take it down. After that, he's back out to Geodude, and like I said, he can't do much of anything, so we're able to take it down to win the first badge pretty shortly after that. Now that we're on the way to the Cerulean City, we'll go ahead and talk like usual. And I'm gonna be honest, I've had a good amount of caffeine today, so we're probably gonna be very chatty in this video. If you like this kind of content, make sure to like, hype, subscribe to the channel, and if you're feeling extra fancy, we have memberships available. Think about joining the Discord, too. I think we're actually going to do a My Hero Academia movie night going into next week. We're working on watch hours, as you know, and I think I'm going to do a Pokemon Original Series rewatch reaction series. And by that, I mean Indigo League, Orange Islands, Johto. If I'm being real with you, I've seen maybe 5 episodes of Johto and probably about 20 episodes of Kanto. So a lot of this is going to be really new to me. Oh, and along the way, we're going to go ahead and grab the Dome Fossil because it is the only one that matters. So as we go into the city, we can do one of 2 things. We can either fight the rival, or we can go to the gym. And I think we're going to try the gym first. We have at least one super effective move for Starmie, so we might as well give it a shot and see what happens. Mega Starmie, am I right? I posted a short about that yesterday. Or the day before. I don't know when this video is going up yet. Misty first sends out Staryu, and Water Pulse does a bit of damage as we use Gust for decent damage of our own. We swap over to Payback, and we actually take it into the red with that. Misty heals up, and we use Astonish for some damage. Water Pulse takes us to 18 HP, and then it knocks us out before we can finish it off. This might be too much of a slog for Drifblim to be able to take, so I think what we'll do is we'll try the rival fight. Between that and all the trainers to the north, after that we could try it again. If we still can't take on Misty, but we did manage to beat the rival, there's also a ship that we can clear out, but let's not get too far ahead of ourselves because there's no guarantee we can beat the rival. Pidgeotto's first, and we use Gust, taking it to not quite half as it responds with the same move. Another Gust takes it to low yellow as it does the same. After that, we can take it down. With the level up, we can learn Ominous Wind, because not only is it solid, but it also gives us a chance for an Omni boost, and you know I love Tempting Fate. Rattata's out, we use Gust, taking it to yellow as it uses Tail Whip before we take it down. As Charmander comes out, we try our next move, taking it into the yellow as it uses Growl, and then we take it down. Abra is finally the last. It can't touch us, so it goes down to win the battle. After that, as I said, we'll go ahead and go through the route to the north, grabbing ourselves a few levels, and then after that we can go ahead and go back to Misty just to see how we do. Staryu is first, and we use Gust, taking it to not quite half. Water Pulse does solid damage, and we use Ominous Wind, taking it into the red as Water Pulse connects. Misty does heal up, and Ominous Wind takes us below half. Then, we use another Gust against my better judgment, leaving it with a Sliver before taking it down. We level up, and Starmie does decent damage with Water Pulse as we take it below half. Another Water Pulse takes us to 15 HP, and we can take it down with one more Ominous Wind, winning us the battle. After that, we'll go ahead and make our way to the ship, and we can grab the items that we need. Now, I'm not going to worry too much about the remaining trainers inside. I understand that Surge is next, but just like before, if he's too much of an issue for whatever reason, we have the option to move forward and come back later if needed. So let's go ahead, get the rival fight knocked out, and then just kind of see what happens with Surge. Pidgeotto's first, and we take it to almost half with Gust, and we only get a bit of damage dealt to us. Pidgeotto gets withdrawn, and Raticate comes out as we take it to almost half, then into the red as it uses Focus Energy and goes down. Pidgeotto comes back out, and Gus takes it into the red as it hits a weak shot before going down. Charmeleon is out, and we use Ominous Wind, taking it into yellow as Smokescreen connects, and then we take it down. Then, finally, it's out to Kadabra. We miss as Confusion does a decent bit of damage, then another attack takes it down to win us the battle. After that, we can get cut from the captain by giving him a back rub, and then we can defeat the trash can puzzle. Yes, I'm aware there are save states. I actually used one in my Venomoth run. It's the only time I've used it, but I was really bad at being able to do that just because I'm so hardwired and programmed here to just reset after a bad attempt. So they were kind of useless to me. Now, if you know of a specific game cartridge that gets rid of the trash can puzzle altogether, I won't say no, but thankfully it doesn't take us too much time, so let's go ahead and see how things go against Surge. Voltorb is up first, so we use Ominous Wind, taking it into the yellow as Screech connects. Surge heals up, and we take it back to yellow, then to red, then we can take it down. Pikachu is out next, so we use Ominous Wind, taking it to red, getting hit with a Shockwave before it goes down. Raichu is out, and uses Double Team, as we take it to almost half. It uses Double Team again, we take it to red, then Raichu hits us really hard, with Shockwave taking us all the way into the red, but thankfully, even with the two double teams, we're able to hit it with a payback and knock it down. Now that we're heading into the next half of the game, we're going to be able to get some upgrades. Now, if you've seen or played this game before, the Game Corner TM list does not exist anymore, so thankfully, we can learn Shadow Ball upon level up, but we still do grab Psychic from Mr. Psychic himself before we head into the gym. I don't think Erica's going to be any type of issue, but let's go ahead and see what happens. Erica first starts off with Victory Bell, and we open with Gus, though I definitely should have used Psychic, but we don't get punished because it just misses Stun Spore, and then we can take it down with Psychic. Tangela is up, and we continue with Psychic, taking it into the yellow as it misses a Poison Powder. Erica does end up healing up, so we take it back to yellow, and then we take it down. Then, finally, it's Vileplume, and we use Psychic to take it to right about half, and it puts us to sleep. It uses a few Giga Drains healing up, and we do take it to yellow, and then after that, we take it down, winning us the battle and the badge. So what we'll do is we'll go fight Giovanni and see what happens. We'll then fight the rival, and then, given the next bit of game has some travel in it, we can go ahead and do our usual mid-game review. Giovanni first starts off with Onyx, and Ominous Wind takes it to red as he uses Rock Polish. After that, Smackdown connects for a lot of damage, but we do manage to take it down. Rhyhorn is out next, and Ominous Wind takes it to red, and another Smackdown takes us to yellow as we take it down. Then, Kangaskhan is his last Pokemon, and even though we do good damage with Psychic and take it below half, it's just able to take us down because we lose too much health getting to that Pokemon. So we do try this a couple times, but ultimately we're just not doing quite the damage that we need to. Even though it'll only be a level or so, I'm going to go ahead and head back to the tower to fight the rival. And worst case scenario, there are a few more trainers scattered about above Lavender Town that we can actually go ahead and knock out if need be. The rival first sends out Pidgeotto, and Psychic takes it to low yellow as it uses Gust for not very much damage, and then we can take it down. Gyarados is next, and we use Ominous Wind, taking it to not quite half as it uses Leer. After that, another Ominous Wind takes it to red as it continues to Leer, and another Ominous Wind takes it down as we actually get the Omni Boost. Charmeleon comes out, we take it to yellow as Scary Face drops our speed. It uses Smokescreen, so we miss our next two attacks. We spend some more time missing, but it doesn't do too much to us aside from that, so we'll take it down. Then Kadabra comes out. Confusion doesn't do much as it confuses us. Once again, we just miss quite a bit, but we do take it down. Then it's out to Execute, and it does a really good job at whittling us down while we miss repeatedly, but after a lot of misses, in my opinion, we do take it down, eventually. So, what we'll do is we'll head back to Giovanni, and hopefully we can take him down now. There wasn't a lot of experience to be gained on the way back, but we've made it pretty far into the game without using rare candies, so I'm actually pretty happy. One or two levels at such a lower level can actually be a bit of a make or break situation, so I'm hoping it just means that we can fight him now. Onyx is first, so we open with Ominous Wind, taking it to red as it uses Gyro Ball for some reason, which doesn't do much, so we take it down with another Wind. Rhyhorn is next, and we continue with our Ominous Wind, getting smacked down, which does a good chunk of damage, but then we knock it out. As Kangaskhan comes out, we use Psychic and lower its special as it uses Bite. We use another Psychic, taking it into the yellow, and Bite takes us down to 4 HP, but we can take it down, winning the battle. I guess that 1 or 2 extra levels that we got, getting the HP, actually did end up helping us. Not the most surprising, just given how big Drifblim's HP stat actually is. Alright, so now that we're halfway through the game, we can go ahead and do a mid-game review of Drifblim. Honestly, though, it's actually doing really well, though I can see the lack of defense and special defense hurting us more and more as we go into the back half of the game. I think that Blaine will be the biggest issue because he can hit us hard with special attacking moves, and I think in this particular game he also has access to some strong physical moves. Beyond that, I don't think we have too much to worry about unless it's the rival fights. On a side note, on the day of writing this, we'll actually be streaming more of the Arceus lock on YouTube. I think, if all goes well, we're about finished with FireRed, which is arguably the easiest of the games to Nuzlocke, but if you are interested, make sure to check it out on YouTube, where the full VODs will be. Though I am curious, that's part of why I'm mentioning this, when it comes to an Arceus lock, do you prefer one incredibly long video, or do you prefer a breakdown of the Nuzlocke game by game? I'm probably going to end up posting some highlights here and there as we get closer to actually posting it. But I just kind of want to let you know what you prefer editing-wise. I'm the type of person, I prefer just one really long video. I tend to kind of seek those out when I'm watching things rather than just short little 8-minute videos. But I know that everybody is a little bit different, and some people just want to be able to watch one game, be done for a day, and then come back to the next one. Let me know. So let's go ahead and now we'll see how things go against Koga, worst case scenario. So let's go ahead and see how things go with Koga. Worst case scenario, if we can't beat him for whatever reason, we can head to Silphco. There is plenty of trainers and vitamins in there if we need them. Also, if you made it this far into the video, at the very end, I'll be sure to let you know what we're playing as next week. Koga sends out Coughing, and we go ahead, open with Psychic, and I realize now how quickly the levels are starting to catch up to us, but we take it down in one shot. Next out is Muck, and we take about a third, maybe fourth of its health as it uses Minimize, and thankfully our Wind does connect, but we get hit with Toxic. Sludge connects, and we do take it to yellow, then to red, but then Koga switches, so despite us hitting Coughing, the Toxic damage just takes us down. Maybe we can't take him on just yet, so let's go ahead, go to Silphco, clear out all the trainers, and then maybe we can take down the rival? Mariah first sends out Pidgeot, and we open with Psychic, taking it to not quite half as it uses Agility. Twister can be useful, but it is pretty weak, and the next turn we take it to red, lowering its special. We do use a Minimize for safety, and then knock it out with Psychic. Gyarados comes out, and we swap over to Ominous Wind, getting the Omni Boost as it misses Scary Face, and then we take it into the red, getting another boost as it misses Scary Face before going down. Charizard is next, so we use another Ominous Wind, taking it to yellow, as it does use Scary Face, then hit us with Dragon Rage before we knock it out. After that, the eggs are a one-shot, and then that just leaves us with Alakazam, who sets up a barrier before going down to a single Shadow Ball. Alright, honestly, I don't think we were going to be able to do that if we hadn't got the Omni Boost. I'm pretty sure Charizard would have taken us out if not, but not my problem now. We can go ahead, go wipe out Giovanni, and then also probably be able to take down Sabrina as well. Nidorino's up first, and we use Psychic, taking it down in one quick move. Next out is Rhyhorn, and we use Ominous Wind, taking it to yellow as Rock Blast gets a crit on the first blast, and then it's just doing a lot of damage in general. After that, we take it down. Kangaskhan is next, so we use Psychic, taking it below half as it fails an attack, then goes down. His last Pokemon is Nidoqueen, and we take it into the red as it uses Poison Sting, and then we can take it down to win the battle. With that being said, let's go ahead, go fight Sabrina. Kadabra's up first, and it sets up Future Sight as we use Ominous Wind, taking it down in one go. Mr. Mind is next, and we're going to continue with Ominous Wind, getting the boost off of it as it uses Calm Mind. Sabrina heals up, and we take it back to half, tanking the Future Sight attack. Then Sabrina heals again. We take it back to yellow, then take it down, getting another boost. When Venomoth comes out, we swap over to Psychic, taking it down with one shot, and I doubt the boosts were needed. Last up is Alakazam, and we Ominous Wind it, taking it down in one shot, and just to be toxic, we get another boost at the very end of the battle. So what we'll do here is head back to Koga and see how things go, and at this point, if we can't win, we're pretty well stuck, since Koga gives us the ability to surf outside a battle. Coughing is first, and we open with Ominous Wind, taking it down in one shot. Muck is next, and we use another Ominous Wind, taking it to almost half as we get Toxic. We swap over to Psychic and take it down. He sends out his other Coughing, and we take it down in one go, though the toxic damage is already starting to ramp up. Wheezing is his last Pokemon, and we use Psychic, taking it into the red and lowering its special as it hits a smoke screen. Thankfully, we still manage to connect our next attack, and take it down to win us the battle, and let us move on. Now, I'll be honest, I did not think that Koga was going to be that much of an issue for us, but at least we're able to move on. Now, the unfortunate thing about where we're at in the game is that if we win, great. If we can't win, there isn't a lot that we're able to do when it comes to actually finding many other trainers, unless we use the Versus Seeker, which I guess is an option, but it's just a pain, so at this point is usually when I'll start to level up if I can't win after about a dozen attempts. Let's go ahead and see how Blaine goes. Blaine starts off with Growlithe, and we open with Ominous Wind, hoping for a boost or two if I can manage, getting hit with Fire Blast that is doing pretty well. Blaine heals up, and we take it back to half, then heals up again, back to half, then we take it down, sadly with no boost. As Arcanine comes out, we don't even do half, and 2 Fire Blasts are enough to take us down. Let me try this a few dozen times and see what happens, because I do think it's possible at this level. Taking Growlithe out doesn't take us too much effort, though once again, we don't get any boosts off of it. Arcanine is next, and we do about a third as it hits Fire Blast, then we take it to almost red as it misses its next attack, so we can take it down without too much damage done to us. Ponyta comes out as we take it to yellow, and a Fire Blast connects before we take it down. Last up is Rapidash, and we take it a bit below half as it misses its attack, and then we can take it down, winning us the battle. Not as bad as Koga, but definitely frustrating. We have one more gym badge to go, and as long as they have mostly ground-type moves, or normal moves, we'll be fine. Let's go fight Giovanni, because we are absolutely not doing the Sevi Islands. Giovanni starts with Rhyhorn, and we use Shadow Ball, taking it to red as it uses Scary Face. Giovanni heals it, and we take it back to red. Then, since we know he'll likely heal again, we swap to Ominous Wind, taking it to yellow. Then, another Ominous Wind takes it down. The next Rhyhorn comes out, we use Ominous Wind, getting the boost, and then take it down next turn. Dugtrio's next, and we take it to yellow. Then Giovanni withdraws to Nidoqueen, as we take it to nearly half. Does a little bit of damage with Poison Sting, then we take it down. Dugtrio comes back out, and it can't hit us, so we take it down. Then, the King himself is out, goes down to one shot, winning us the battle and the final badge. So now, we have the rival fight before the Elite Four. After we beat the rival, we can theory craft a little bit for the actual Elite Four. If you can't tell, I typically write these as I go along, so even I'm not 100% sure how this is going to end. I'll clear a few gyms, right, clear a few more, right, clear out the rest of the game till the Elite Four, right, then we'll go ahead and finish the game. I'm not sure if anybody else does it this way, or if anybody even cares, but it helps me kind of keep things in track. Pidgeot is up first, so we can start off with Minimize for safety. Then the rival withdraws Pidgeot to swap out to Rhyhorn as we take it to yellow to finish it off. Pidgeot comes out, we do about a third, and it misses an attack, and we take it to yellow before it hits us, and we take it down. Gyarados is out, and we use Ominous Wind as it misses Hydro Pump twice. We take it to red as it connects an attack, and then he withdraws Gyarados to send out Charizard as we hit it with Ominous Wind. We take it to half, and we are dodging every flamethrower before taking it down. Alakazam comes out, sets up Calm Mind as we take it to yellow, and it thankfully misses a Psychic before going down. The mostly KO'd Gyarados comes out, and we take it down. Then after that, it's only the Scrambled Eggs, and we take it down in one shot. So, as a little bit of a look into the Elite Four, I think Lorelei will be an issue for us, which isn't surprising. We don't have any moves aside from Shockwave that can actually deal super effective damage, but I don't think that'll be enough against her. For Bruno, the Rock Tombs that his team tends to carry, those can absolutely wreck us and slow us down, and then that means that he can hit us more. Then you have Agatha, and I think for the most part, her team will probably be a one-shot sweep. Then you have Lance and, well, dragons. Unless I have a solid Ice Beam user or absolute bulk monster, dude can absolutely wreck us if he wants. Then, with the final rival fight, well, let's just hope he misses Fire Blast. Now, the script on this is actually getting to be pretty long, so if you don't mind, I'm going to do what I usually do when Lorelei wrecks every single attempt that we have. We're going to go ahead, by now, play a couple attempts in the background where you can actually see us getting wrecked in real time. Ultimately, for the first time in this run, we actually do have to just focus on pure level ups because there is nothing else that we can do and we are getting stomped into the ground. All the way at level 75, we're just going to focus on the higher damage from Shadow Ball rather than the chance of raising our stats further with Ominous Wind, and we take it into the red as Ice Beam connects. Now Lorelei does spend a few turns healing up, which actually does let us attempt some Ominous Winds without worrying about being punished for that, and while we do take it down, no boosts. With the Lapras, it's a lot of back and forths, and we do take it down, though by the time we do manage to take it down, we only have 6 HP to our name. However, that's the biggest threat, and it's now out of the picture. Cloyster has Paper Mache special defense, so it's down. Then, both the Slowbro and Jinx are immediate one-shots, so now we can move on. We'll go ahead, we'll take a look at Bruno, who I hope is not too much of an issue, especially after the struggle bus. Bruno starts with Onyx, and we take it to a sliver with Psychic as it hits us with Rock Tomb, lowering our speed. Thankfully, Bruno spends the next few turns healing up, so we can take it down not long after that. Hitmonchan goes to a sliver, hitting us with Rock Tomb twice due to the lowered speed before it goes down. The next Onyx is a 2-shot, and then Machamp uses Bulk Up as we take it to yellow, and the berry takes it out of healing range. It does land another Rock Tomb, taking us to 1 HP, but we knock it out. Now thankfully, with Hitmonlee, it has to waste time using Foresight, and that's the only reason that we get the KO. That was a lot closer than it should have been, but I am more than okay with that. Let's move on to Agatha. I don't think this one will take too many tries, assuming the lottery that she likes to play doesn't screw us over too much. Gengar is up first, and we open with Shadow Ball, taking it down in one shot. Next out is Golbat. We swap over to Psychic, taking it down. Good start. I'm okay with this. Arbok comes out and is also a one-shot with Psychic. The next Gengar's out. We swap back to Shadow Ball for a one-shot, and then last up is Haunter, and we can take it down. Alright, that was an easy first try. Let's move on to Lance. Lance starts off with Gyarados, and we open with Ominous Wind, taking it to not even half, as Bite does quite a bit of damage. We take it into the yellow as it bites again, and he sends out Dragonite on an attack. We take it to below half, the berry activates, and then an Outrage knocks us out. I think we could do this if we get the Omni Boost or two. Let me take a look. Also, now in my head, I'm just kind of picturing the Omni Boost as the Kaioken from DBZ. I'm not sure if anybody else has pictured it that way, but hopefully you can't unpicture that now. After about 5 attempts, we actually end up getting 2 boosts while fighting the Gyarados, taking it down. As Aerodactyl comes out, we use Ominous Wind, not getting a boost as it uses Scary Face, then we take it down with a critical hit Shadow Ball. Dragonair is next, and a Shadow Ball takes it down with one shot. Next up is the other Dragonair, and it's also a one-shot as well. Then, after that, it's Dragonite. We take it to red, lowering its special as the berry heals it a bit, and then Outrage takes us to yellow, and then we take it down to win the battle. One more battle to go. Pidgeot gets sent out first, and we get hit with Psychic as it uses an Aerial Ace. The rival likes to switch in this fight, so we bank on that, hitting the Rhydon with an Ominous Wind, then watch it get healed up. We go ahead and just waste the rival's healing items, and we actually get a boost in the process before we take it down. Gyarados comes out, we take it to yellow as it uses Bite, then we knock it out. Pidgeot comes back out, and we try Shadow Ball for whatever reason, before remembering that ain't gonna work. We swap over to Psychic and take it down. Charizard is now out, and we take it to yellow as the berry procs, and Fire Blast does some solid damage before it goes down. After that, Alakazam comes out, and we use Shadow Ball, taking it down. Then, Exeggutor is his last Pokemon. We use Shadow Ball, taking it down to win the battle, and the run. Alright everybody, I hope that you enjoyed that run, because getting to actually use this Pokemon was a lot of fun for me. I've used one in Pokemon Platinum, and enjoyed using it there, so getting to see it actually be useful in a solo run was really cool. I'm keeping my word that I was talking about last week of posting some more content and starting to stream some more, so I'm gonna try to remain as accountable for that as I possibly can, especially over the course of the next few months. Holidays are a little bit of a crazier time, so if I fail to post a video here and there, I apologize. However, next week we are going to reattempt the Cursed Chandelure run. If you've followed this channel for a year now, you know that last year my computer, about this time actually, had a hard drive issue and died, losing all the progress because I was just in the middle of editing and I could not recover it no matter how hard I tried. On a side note, my editing for Candy and her Dark Souls playthrough is coming to an end, I think, soon. So I'll have a month or two with a bit more time to be able to work on my own stuff coming up. So hopefully I can get some other videos out for y'all here soonish. In the meantime, though, I am going to go ahead, grab a quick lunch, and then get work done on this. I appreciate all of you for watching, especially if you made it this far. And, as always, if you liked the video, even if you didn't like the video, hit the like and the subscribe button, because it really does help me out. And until next time, everybody, peace out!